and I want to welcome you to another episode of Beyond the Surface Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Wanda J. Evans-Brewer, and I decided this evening to do a reflective podcast. Part of the inspiration for that is having closed out, it's been now almost 2 weeks since I hosted a tour in Ghana that consisted of visiting a deaf school and giving them signs in order to keep the youth from being struck by cars, visiting a orphanage out in Kumasi, Ghana, and really just giving, academic supplies, resources to a gentleman that reached out to me to installing a library, first ever library in a village in Lalonia. 71 years, they never had a library. And being able to go out to a school in the Akusi area, and give them tips to prevent malaria, things that I've found through research. I put a lot of effort into research, and in order to empower them, to show them some very basic things that they can do that are being done around the world in areas where they've wiped out malaria that they can do, and then culminating with the first ever health fair. 255 people served, 78 vaccinated, 9 identified as having hepatitis B and were given their first shot, and they will come back subsequently the next week and then the next week. And I remember when I started this journey, and this journey began with me being a professor in poverty and having a film company do a mini documentary on me. The company is Brave New Films. And just that video going out and kind of, I wouldn't say viral, but getting, junior viral. And having the blessing of various spirits, personalities, good people reach out to me and talk to me. And one such person who I've now called my Nigerian coach was a gentleman who lives in Canada, and his name is Abayomi Dabsy Gesinde. I probably did a terrible job pronouncing that. I affectionately call him David, which is what he asked me to call him, because the little black girl from Detroit won't always do so well with that really rich African name. In any case, David has functioned as my Nigerian coach for about 3 years, and this last year we've had less contact, but it really didn't matter because in essence what he's given me was is challenges. Every time I started one of my missions and I started raising money and pressing real hard to come to Africa to see what the teaching opportunities were, to see if it was a good fit, to really sort of just explore what I could do with my gifts and my talents and my skill sets. And, the first spot I landed was South Africa. And he has been guiding me and coaching me and supporting me since that time. Most of it's been knowledge and wisdom. Some of it's been a little bit of prodding. But one thing that he told me that really stood out with me was that he said, when you go to the continent, inspire the youth. And from that, I've been in Uganda, I've been in Tanzania, and now I'm physically in Ghana. And I took that tidbit of advice very, very serious and put it deep into my spirit. And from that has grown various things, from everything from in Tanzania installing solar panels. In all of the places I go, I always bring books and technology and learning aids because I'm an academic and I'm a 31-year educator. So that just comes with the territory. But even some of the smaller ministries, the mercy ministries, helping people who need medical assistance, helping people who need travel assistance. All of these things have come a part of the work that I do. I do not work with any agency. I do not work with any church. This is all just Dr. Wanda. And he has been the one person, David has been the one person to constantly remind me that education still matters, that reaching out and being a lecturer or being a professor, a teacher, that's fine. But he's never not counted the fact that, for some reason God uses me for humanitarian efforts, that he uses me sort of in a form of social outreach, that I'm able to go to the villages, the places where the hope is low, but the hearts are really, really big, and give them some light. So I'm reflecting on what started as a mission to sort of find, was like a seek and search and find mission for a professor that was displaced and underemployed, became really Godwork. And it's only a spirit that respects you and your vision and your mission, and can see that you're perfectly capable of taking on that large assignment, but you also still need guidance, can kind of walk that green mile with you. And David has most certainly walked that green mile with me. I spoke with him today, and I was able to share some of the things that I put in place, what happened in Ghana. He was very, very happy for me, very encouraging for me. And I told him that I've had a couple of people reach out to me and they're interested in me coming to Nigeria. And, we'll see. All my ministry is relational. I build a relationship with someone and they, introduce a problem to me. The Holy Spirit either, prompts me to believe I can solve, or I can't solve, because as many things as I actually put together to assist people, I can tell you there are a lot of people that I actually tell no, that I say no, that actually probably isn't my assignment, because I don't believe I can do a good job with that. I'm getting no inspiration, no insight. I have no resources, no network in order to fall back on, so I have to pull away from it. But even talking to him and seeing how proud he was of me and how encouraging he was for me was just so elating. We forget that the teacher always needs a teacher. Good teachers always still need to be a student. And it was very refreshing to sit at the master's feet and to really just hear, job well done. So tonight, I'm reflecting on where I began and kind of closing out on where I am and looking at great expectations and hopes for the future. And I'm saying thank you so much, David. Abayomi, Dabsy, Gesinde. One day I'm going to say it beautiful because I'm going to work at it. Thank you so much for believing in me, for believing in Dr. Wanda, whatever brand that is. And for always being available to give me a word of encouragement and pray for me in kindness. And with that, I'm going to close out my show the way I always do. And I just tell my listeners, be safe in God's grace.